Have you ever blamed your age for waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to pee, without realizing it could be your evening snack? After 60, many Americans quietly accept this as normal. But what if I told you it isn't just aging? It could be the nuts you're eating after dinner. Surprisingly, some nuts help calm the bladder. Others, they quietly irritate it, leading to broken sleep and groggy mornings. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 best nuts to support deep, uninterrupted sleep, and 5 you should absolutely avoid after sunset, backed by medical research and real-life results. Stick around to the end for simple food timing tips and Margaret's story, a 70-year-old who reclaimed her rest with one small change. Margaret, a 70-year-old retired librarian from Ohio, considered herself health-conscious. Every evening, she topped her dinner salad with a handful of mixed nuts, almonds, peanuts, cashews, and sometimes walnuts. It felt like a smart choice. But each night, like clockwork, she woke up 2 or 3 times to use the bathroom. Her sleep was fragmented, her mornings foggy, and her energy lagging by 9 a.m. Her granddaughter noticed the toll. It became harder for Margaret to join their weekend walks or early breakfast outings. Finally, during a visit with a registered nutritionist, Margaret learned that not all nuts are bladder-friendly, especially in the evening. Cashews, peanuts, and salted blends were quietly irritating her bladder, increasing nocturnal urgency. She swapped in bladder-calming options like soaked almonds and pistachios before 6 p.m. The result? Within 2 weeks, she slept 6 straight hours for the first time in months, rested, steady, and smiling at sunrise. 5 nuts that help you sleep through the night. Number 1. Almonds. Almonds aren't just a heart-healthy snack. They're one of the gentlest supports for nighttime peace. Rich in magnesium and vitamin E, almonds help relax the smooth muscle fibers around the bladder wall. This subtle relaxation can reduce involuntary spasms or false signals that often wake older adults prematurely. According to the National Institutes of Health, magnesium plays a crucial role in neuromuscular transmission and muscle control, making it essential for calming an overactive bladder. It also supports better insulin sensitivity, which reduces blood sugar-driven urine output at night. Margaret found results quickly when she switched her evening peanuts for 6 soaked almonds, peeled and eaten between 5 and 6 p.m. Soaking them makes them easier to digest, avoiding gastrointestinal discomfort that might also interrupt sleep. This small addition to her routine became one of her most dependable tools for extending sleep stretches and regaining her calm mornings. Number 2. Macadamia nuts. Unlike more acidic or high oxalate nuts like cashews, macadamias are incredibly low in compounds that irritate the bladder. They're also high in monounsaturated fats, which support hormonal balance and inflammation control, both vital as we age, particularly for postmenopausal women who are more prone to bladder sensitivity. Their gentle profile makes them ideal for calming the bladder lining. Many older adults also report improved satiety after adding macadamias, helping prevent late-night cravings that could lead to fluid-rich snacks. Margaret began adding a tablespoon of chopped macadamias to her afternoon oatmeal or blending them into her 4 p.m. banana smoothie. The result? Fewer nighttime wake-ups, and a greater sense of fullness and calm before bed. Pro tip: aim for no more than 1 ounce, about 10 to 12 nuts, before 6 p.m., and choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted options for the best effect. Number 3. Pumpkin seeds. For older adults, especially men managing prostate-related nocturia, pumpkin seeds are a powerhouse. They're packed with zinc and phytosterols, natural plant compounds that help inhibit DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Excess DHT is associated with prostate enlargement, a leading cause of frequent nighttime urination. In a study published in the Phytotherapy Research Journal, older men consuming phytosterol-rich foods saw significant reductions in urinary frequency and urgency. But women benefit too. Zinc helps maintain tissue integrity and repair, calming bladder inflammation and supporting pelvic floor tone. Margaret created a simple trail mix with pumpkin seeds, raisins, and sunflower seeds, which she ate daily around 4 p.m. This early snack gave her nutrients without adding late-night bladder pressure. Start with 2 tablespoons of unsalted pumpkin seeds, and watch your nights slowly lengthen, with far fewer bathroom breaks. Number 4. Pistachios. While many know pistachios for their heart-healthy fats, they also shine in their potassium content, which supports nerve signaling and muscle relaxation, including the detrusor muscle that governs bladder contraction. This makes pistachios ideal for those managing overactive bladder, mild interstitial cystitis, or nocturia without a clear prostate link. Recent findings in Urology Times show pistachios' anti-inflammatory properties may reduce bladder wall sensitivity and even help regulate nighttime urinary urgency. Margaret began enjoying a small handful, 28 grams, of unsalted pistachios as her mid-afternoon tea snack. Combined with a calming herbal infusion, it became her favorite ritual. Important note: avoid salted or flavored versions, as sodium increases thirst and late-night fluid intake. Stick to plain, raw, or lightly roasted. Number 5. Flax seeds. Flax seeds may be tiny, but they deliver massive support for aging bladders. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, lignans, and fiber, flax reduces systemic inflammation and helps stabilize hormones that influence bladder behavior, like estrogen and melatonin. These hormonal pathways are often disrupted post-menopause or with age-related endocrine shifts. Melatonin also plays a role in regulating the sleep-wake cycle, and higher levels are linked to better nighttime rest. Margaret mixed 1 teaspoon of ground flax seed into plain yogurt or warm almond milk around 5:30 p.m. It quickly became her go-to sleep support food, calming her digestion and gently signaling her body that rest was coming. For best results, use freshly ground flax seed. Whole seeds are hard to digest, and store it in the fridge to preserve its oils. 5 nuts you should avoid after 6 p.m. Number 1. Salted mixed nuts. They're crunchy, convenient, and seem like the perfect TV snack. But salted mixed nuts are one of the most overlooked causes of disrupted sleep in older adults. Why? Salt triggers thirst, especially when eaten late in the evening. As your body tries to balance sodium levels, you naturally drink more water, often after dinner or just before bed. This extra fluid increases urine production overnight. According to the National Kidney Foundation, too much sodium also interferes with vasopressin, a hormone that helps your kidneys slow urine output while you sleep. The result: your bladder fills too quickly, and you're back up at 1 or 3 a.m. again. If you love the crunch, switch to plain soaked almonds before 6 p.m., or opt for dry roasted macadamias with no added salt. Your kidneys and bladder will thank you by letting you sleep longer and deeper. Number 2. Peanuts. Peanuts are affordable, filling, and a staple snack in many households, but they're not ideal after sunset. Most commercial peanuts are roasted, salted, or flavored, all of which increase thirst and trigger bladder irritation. Even plain peanuts pose a problem. They're high in fat and oil, which slows digestion. As your metabolism winds down in the evening, heavier foods can sit in the stomach longer, producing gas or bloating that places extra pressure on the bladder. Margaret's husband, George, used to snack on peanuts while reading before bed. He'd wake up twice every night, even though he drank little water. After swapping peanuts for a light handful of fox nuts at 5 p.m., his sleep quality noticeably improved in less than a week. Pro tip: enjoy peanuts as a mid-morning snack instead, when your digestion is strongest. Number 3. Walnuts. Walnuts are often praised for containing melatonin, the sleep hormone. While that's true, they also contain compounds that can stimulate bladder nerves, especially in individuals with a sensitive urinary system. For many older adults, walnuts also cause gas and abdominal bloating, especially when eaten late. This added pressure on the pelvic region can activate the bladder prematurely, sending false full signals during the night. Walnuts aren't harmful, they're just poorly timed. The fix: eat them before noon, ideally with breakfast or in a morning salad. This lets you reap their brain-boosting and anti-inflammatory benefits without the unintended nighttime consequences. And if you love walnuts in desserts, save those for lunch, not after dinner treats. Number 4. Chia seeds. Chia seeds are hailed as a superfood, but after 6 p.m., they can quietly disturb your sleep. Why? These tiny seeds absorb 10 to 12 times their weight in water, swelling up like a sponge in your stomach. While this may be good for satiety during the day, in the evening, it's a recipe for trouble. The expansion can create stomach distension, placing pressure on the bladder wall and increasing the urge to urinate, even if your bladder isn't full. In addition, chia's high fiber content can cause gas and mild cramping when digestion slows at night. If you're struggling with nocturia or fragmented sleep, this combo of pressure and irritation is the last thing you want. Enjoy chia in breakfast smoothies or midday yogurt bowls, when your body is more equipped to digest and absorb it without triggering nighttime bathroom trips. Number 5. Cashews. Cashews are deliciously smooth and subtly sweet, but they're also high in oxalates, natural compounds that can irritate the bladder and even contribute to kidney stone formation in sensitive individuals. They're also considered a heating food in traditional health systems, meaning they can increase internal warmth, especially problematic if you experience night sweats or wake up feeling overly warm or flushed. Cashews may be especially disruptive for women navigating postmenopausal bladder sensitivity or older adults with reduced kidney function. If Margaret ate cashews after dinner, she often noticed a vague pelvic heaviness or the need to urinate soon after lying down. Instead, she now enjoys flaxseed paste stirred into warm almond milk at 6:30 p.m., which supports hormonal balance and bladder calm, without the irritation. When and how to eat these foods. Even the healthiest food can become disruptive if consumed at the wrong time or in the wrong way, especially after age 60, when the body's processing rhythm slows. Here's how to make these bladder-friendly nuts work for you, not against you. The optimal window to consume nuts that support bladder relaxation and sleep is between 3:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. This window gives your digestive system time to process fats, fiber, and phytochemicals before melatonin production begins in the evening. According to the Sleep Foundation, late digestion can shift sleep cycles and stimulate bladder nerves during early REM sleep. Stick to one closed handful per day, around 28 grams. This is enough to get the nutrients, magnesium, zinc, phytosterols, omega-3s, without overloading your gut or kidneys. Excess intake, even of healthy fats, may cause bloating or reflux in some seniors, both of which can interrupt sleep. Combine nuts with foods that support digestive ease and stable blood sugar. Stewed or baked apples. Pectin soothes gut lining. Warm oats or quinoa. Herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos. Avoid citrus-based. Avoid acidic or watery combinations, e.g., citrus, tomato, or raw greens at night, which may irritate the bladder. Choose airtight glass jars over plastic bags, and store in a cool, dry pantry. Nuts exposed to air, light, or heat oxidize faster, increasing urinary tract irritation, especially in sensitive bladders. Handled with care and timing, these tiny foods can become a cornerstone of deeper, more restful sleep. Margaret, like many well-intentioned seniors, thought she was doing everything right. Almonds, walnuts, a big salad, plenty of water, and a cup of herbal tea before bed. All healthy choices. So why was she still waking up groggy, unrested, and making 2, sometimes 3 trips to the bathroom every night? The answer wasn't what she ate. It was when she ate it. After working with a licensed nutritionist and doing her own research, Margaret made a few changes. She now drinks most of her water before 3 p.m., enjoys her favorite nuts as a mid-afternoon snack, and avoids bladder-irritating foods after sunset. By simply shifting her nutrient-dense foods earlier in the day, her body finally had the space to rest at night. "I didn't give up foods, I just gave them a curfew," she smiles. She also learned not to blindly follow internet advice. Instead, Margaret began tuning into her own body's unique rhythms and signals, noticing which foods made her feel heavy at night, and which ones kept her calm. The result? She now sleeps 6 to 7 hours without interruption, wakes with energy, and feels like herself again. The biggest takeaway? For many older adults, good sleep isn't about elimination or extremes. It's about timing, consistency, and respecting your body's evolving needs.